is it going, ladies and gentlemen? I was requested to do this video by one of my teammates on COD, BG Shadow Games. It's at BG Shadow Games if you want to go check out his channel. Really good content up, would highly recommend a watch, and hit that like and subscribe button on his channel as well, as he bangs out daily content from day to day. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the weapons that I use from multiplayer, the weapons that I'm working on at the moment, and then what we'll do then is we'll go into Warzone and I'll show you the weapons that I use that dominate, just like I can dominate on Warzone. Okay, so first weapon up is we're going to go into multiplayer, and then we're going to go multiplayer loadout. Now for some of the challenges I tend to use weapons that, like, the most of the events challenges tend to have weapons that you have to get a certain amount of kills with, which are all these here. So you have 250 operator kills with an assault rifle, 30 headshot operator kills with battle rifles, 25 long shots with marksmans, 40 kills with launcher, which is easy to do, 30 mounted operator kills with LMGs. That's a bit tricky. Then you have 30 operator kills from behind with a melee weapon. This one here, the melee weapon one can be used. Most of you might get confused with the type of weapon. Like you might be looking for the combat knife or something to do it, or maybe when you put it on, you might get the riot shield, for instance. Recommend scrap that. Like, the riot shield really isn't good to do it, because you got to get like right behind them. My preferred map to do all this on is shipment, or shoot the ship, whatever you want to call it. It's a mixture of shipment and shoot the house, so it's not too bad. Eventually, like, you can use what I'll do is I'll go through the weapons and show you which ones are the best to use for it as well. Anyway, moving on, you gotta get 50 operator kills with pistols. These are pretty easy just to get all the camos done on them. Like, you have to get a certain amount of kills with the weapons, but I'll show you the class build that I use for them. 30 hipfire operator kills with a shotgun, pretty easy. 3 operator kills without dying, 20 times with SMGs, that's pretty easy as well. And the long shots, which are a bit tricky depending on the map. You can't do this challenge yet until while you're on shipment. I just thought I'd let you know, anybody new that's trying to get this camo done, you can't do it on shipment, you have to do it on true quick play. Yeah, so anyway, moving on. Right, we go to the weapons. So first weapon we have is the M13B. Okay, so this weapon's kind of dope. The class thing that I use is the naughty version. I have the Venom Strike as well, but that version's a bit annoying. All because there's a laser sight that's on it, and when you go to aim down sight, the gun turns sideways and it's just a laser that has to point. I don't have the base weapon unlocked yet. I'm still trying to get that done. Right, so the version that I use is the naughty setup. It's a pro version. It's not too bad of a gun. Anyway, I got it through a bundle for Christmas, I think it was, which isn't too bad. So anyway, got into it. The attachments that I use on it. These are the attachments that I use on it. Right, so I used the 14 Bruin Echelon barrel. I used the Cronin Mini Pro optic. I used the Bruin R90 factory. I use a 45 round mag and 5.56 high velocity ammunition rounds. Highly recommend this build. The gun is unbelievable when you play shipment. It only takes a couple of shots to the chest, to the head, like 2 shots to the head, about 3 or 4 to the chest, drops them in an instant. So anyway, the tuning as well that I use for it is for the barrel. I use 0.40 aim walking speed and ADS speed, aim downside speed. I use 0.28. Again, that helps the range and the damage on it as well, and takes a small bit of the handling off, but the gun is still easy to use. The next optic I use is the Chrono Mini Pro. I have a 1.65 for flinch resistant, like 1.65 ADS speed, and the close and far range, I keep that in the middle of the eye positioning for it. I don't need to mess about with that. Now you can, if you want, you can like put it like close if you want to have like really good accuracy, or you can put it far if you want to hit from if you want to hit from like long distance. I wouldn't highly recommend messing about with it. Okay, so that's that weapon. The Bruin R9 factory then. What I use is I use -4 ADS speed, and then 217 minus 2.17 inches for the aim walking speed. Again, not too bad. The 45 round mag again, as I said, and the high velocity rounds I use I use 0.5 plus 0.54 damage range, and then plus 7.62 bullet velocity. Again, your gun, like the recoil control is a small bit messed up, but it's nothing major on it. Like it's all going grand. So then I use the Serene revolver as well. This is just like a bundle thing again, not too bad. So I use I use the OPX94 grip, the 14 polarized barrel, the .G3P04 laser, the Renaissance stock collapsed, and the Schlager Void grip is what I use for that as well. I don't tune it, but it's still like it drops like a couple of shots up close with it, and you're pretty much good to go. Then second class setup then I use is the mini back. Again, I use this for like SMG challenges. Really fast to use on shipment. So the weapon attachments that I use for is the FTAC Castle comp. Now you can go through either using that one, or if you have the what's the normal one that I use, the black kite is usually the one that I use, but I don't use it that much, so I'm using the FTAC factory comp because of the horizontal recoil control and the vertical recoil control. And then I have that one tuned out at minus 0.65 ADS speed, and then I have a plus 3.2 gun kick control in length, so that's pretty good. Like the handling's down a bit, but the recoil control is still steady on it. Second attachment I use is the back 9.279mm barrel. Again, it's plus 0.37, plus 2.5 in damage, and like 0.37 in recoil steadiness, and then plus 0.25 in damage range. Again, it works on the range and the damage as well as the recoil and handling is a bit negative on it. Again, the reason why I use this is because of the damage range, hip fire accuracy, and bullet velocity as well. The ADS speed and hip recoil control, there's no need to worry about that because we counteract it. So then the next attachment that I use is the VLK 4-optic barrel. No 4-optic sight. No, I can either switch between this one or it's the AIM P4. Is what I usually use on most of my Warzone weapons, as I'll show you in a minute, which really is pretty good to use. Really good sight on it. Not gonna lie, you can, once you have it tuned properly, you can drop literally the accuracy is strong on it. I use that, so the thing I use is plus 3 flinch resistance and minus 1.35 inches eye positioning. I have that up the fire as well. So it's the range and the accuracy that get the buff on it. So it's really well done. VLK steadiness. I use the VLK stockless stock for the quick, the ADS speed, the sprint to fire speed, movement speed, hip recoil control. The true tack grip then. I have that set up to -1 for ADS speed and -45 for sprint to fire speed. Again, it works like the handling then is buffed really good. It's easy to hit, easy to kill. So it's not too bad. Okay, going on to my other classes then. Actually, right, so they're most of my weapons that I use. Well, the main ones that I use is mostly the M13 recoil. Never mind the M4 no recoil. I used to use the M4, but I have to change that around. Okay, then we go to the super class, which is the FJX Imperium, and the TAC fee. Now, when I started the TAC fee, I used a lot. The gun shreds, absolutely shreds. So what I'll do is I'll show you the FJX Imperium is the new battle pass weapon for season 3. Really good, like a bit slow aim down sight, but once you get the right attachments for it, it's pretty good. So the FMJ Imperium is the attachments that I use is the field wrap handle, the VLK laser 7 milliwatts, the SPX 86.6X optic, the FJX H-bolt, and the Skull 40. I don't use any tune-ups on these because the gun is still pretty good, but they're the attachments that I use on it. And what I mean by that is we'll just go into the firing range real quick and I'll show you. So pretty much the ADS speed is quick, so it's just like chest to head, drops at 1 bullet, chest to head, drops at 1 bullet, chest to head, drops, headshot, down with 1 shot. That's pretty much that one. And the TAC V then, I use Lockshot KTA5, 18 precision 6 barrel. I use the TV Cardinal stock and the FSS Combat with the F-Tac Ripper. The reason why I use the F-Tac Ripper is because of the aim and idle stability, the hip fire accuracy, the recoil stabilization. So like when I fire my gun, it doesn't even move. So the tune-up I have for the F-Tac Ripper 56 is 0.80 plus 0.80 recoil stabilization, and then I have 0.40 in walking speed. Again, the handling's a bit low on it, but it's not too bad. The accuracy and the recoil are okay. Then we go to the Lockshot KT85 muzzle. I have it 0.80 and plus 0.35 gun kick. So recoil stabilization and gun kick is what I use on this. Again, recoil control is absolutely dope of a weapon. Really good, I love it. Like literally, when you aim with this weapon, you proper down them in a heartbeat, chest to head, 2 to 3 bullets and they're out. Next one is then the 18 Precision 6 barrel. I have a 0.50 plus 0.50 recoil steadiness and plus 0.40 damage range. Again, the gun drops like a heartbeat. It is ridiculous, this weapon is. I recommend anybody wanting to get high kill gameplays on shipment, use this weapon if you want. If not, I'll show you another weapon that I dominate with. Okay, then we go to the TY Carinal stock. Again, I use this stock for aim walking speed and sprint speed, sprint to fire speed as well. Used to use, doesn't really matter what attachment you use for the stock. It's pretty much up to you guys, whatever you use. What I use with the TV Carinal stock is what I use. And I have that tuned to -4 aim down sight speed and then -240 aim walking speed. Reason why I do that is because the mobility and the handling get a bit of a buff on it, but the accuracy is not really that good, but it's okay, like with the rest of the attachments on it. Okay, then it's the FSS Combat Grip, and I use this for recoil control. Now, again, it doesn't matter what you want to use. You can use the demo clean shot grip, where you have sprint to fire speed, ADS speed, but the recoil control's a bit off. Whereas what I use is recoil control. I have recoil control, and my con is aim and stability. But again, it's really not that bad to use, and I have it tuned for recoil steadiness and sprint to fire speed. Again, it's the recoil control, that's what it works on, and the handling as well. Small bit off the accuracy, but it's still powerful. Okay, so that's my TAC V build. So they're mostly, if I want to do a long shot gameplays, they're mostly what I use depending on the map I want to use, so it's not too bad. The LMGs then, this is the Godly gun that I used. Yeah, the Godly gun that I used for most gameplays. I dropped everybody on shipment with this weapon. It was ridiculous. Yeah, so anyway, going on to about the attachment then for the weapon yokes. Many weapons. These are what I use. The dual coaches. If you're going for the melee weapons from behind, this is the best one to use. Combat knife really isn't that good. So the coaches, the dual coaches is the best one to use. So it's not too bad. So going on to Warzone then for high kill games, pretty much the same. These are the weapons that I use. The naughty, again, I use sometimes, depending on the type of thing I'm in. So I run the FTAC Ripper. These are all the attachments that are built in with the with the naughty version. I don't want to move any of them because I get a warning to say that like you're a move a tuning upgrade on it. You have to set it up your own way. So I kind of leave this the way it is. So the attachments that I run on it are the FTAC Ripper, the Brohead 30p, the 1 milliwatt Artemis laser, the Cronin mini dot, and the D37 grip. They're the attachments that I use on it. But so that's not too bad. But the main weapons that I use for Warzone, depending on what I'm doing, like what I'm in the mood for. Could be in the mood for a bit of Fennec gameplay, a bit of RAL gameplay, depending on what I'm playing. So what I use for, one of my main weapons to use is the RPK. So the RPK, I'm using the Manhunter weapon thing. So this is like top range is high, accuracy is high, recoil is high. The attachments I use for it then are the Polar Fire S, the AMO P4, the FT-TAC Elite Stock, the Demo X2 grip, the Merc 4 grip. So these are the weapons that I use. The only weapon that I have tuned is the AMOP for flinch resistance and close as well. So I can switch that to far if I wanted to, but close seems to be okay for me. Which isn't too bad. So the Merc 4 grip, I would not mess with that because I'm not too sure. The Polar FS, I would mostly run it recoil smoothness and bullet velocity if I wanted to. Just because it's such a high thing, but without it, I don't really need it. Same with the demo thing as well. If I wanted to keep the gun steady, I would recoil steadiness to the max and then aim idle stability when I'm aiming and firing. It won't go out of control. And then for the FTAC, I would use either ADS speed or aim walking steadiness, or aim and idle stability or aim walking speed. Doesn't really make a difference. So I would use the RPK and I would use the Lockman. Now, the Lockman drops like a beast, so the weapons that I use on the Lockman are the FTAC M sub 12, which is for bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, hip fire accuracy. The VLK laser MW, 7 MW, I use that, so I have it minus 0.37 and minus 44.42 feet for the ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. I'll show you in a game what this is actually like to use. It's a beast. And I use the LM stockless mod, and I use the Lockman TCG10, and I have that tuned to 0.48 ADS speed and 0.45 sprint to fire speed. Yeah, so that's that one. These are mostly the weapons that I use then. And then of course I have the FJX Imperium again, but I have a different sight on it. So compared to multiplayer, I had the normal sniper scope, whereas this one I have the Forge Tac Delta 6. I have that tuned to minus 3 ADS speed and 0.75 inches on fire. The gun drops literally, so I run the VLK laser 7MW again. I'm running sprint to fire speed and ADS speed. Then I run the 0.408 explosive ammunition, so I have damage plus 70 damage range and 9 plus 9 bullet velocity. I run the FJX Blast as well. The bolt tends to work, but the speed is what you want for this weapon, because it's really slow aiming down with no attachments on it. I run the FJX Lux 7 again, and I have that tuned to minus 4 sprint to fire speed and minus 240 ADS speed. Yeah, so give my attachments a weapon. Give my attachments a shot for my weapons. That's really good. Like pretty good indeed. Sorry to cut this one short, lads, because there's so many weapons that I use. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So if you want me to use another weapon with the attachments on it, stick it in the comments and I'll give it a shot in my next video. Yeah, so guys, what I want you to do is hit the like, subscribe, and see you all in the next live stream. Alright, peace guys.